Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces May 24, 2022. There can be some unpredictability or minor tensions in spots today. Expressing appreciation for someone's input can help you rise above these things. There can be a tendency to focus on what's not working rather than what is, which can be fine to a point, but taken too far, it becomes counterproductive. If you encounter this energy coming from others, try to steer conversations to the positive. It's not about avoiding problems but rather about reminding yourself or others of the positive side of a situation, which can be harder to see now than on other days. From the minor frustrations today can arise some wonderful new insights. There can be a feeling of moving forward with someone or with a relationship. You can feel passionately committed to someone or a special project. This can be a wonderful time for a feeling that a friend or partner has your back, and you may show your own protective feelings towards someone. Going with the flow is easier said than done when you're so specific with your expectations. Whether consciously or unconsciously, be mindful of what's expected versus your current reality. Single or already taken, there could be some idealizing with regards to your connection, and though there's nothing wrong with indulging in the fantasy of it all, things aren't necessarily as they seem. Then again, with the moon in Virgo activating your stability-seeking second house of comfort, money, and value systems, you're also grounded when it comes to your desires and endgame. The key is to harmonize both of these energies. Now is the time to consider transforming your career path through various measures. New ideas are coming to fruition with Mercury in Pisces sextile Uranus in Taurus. Mercury is visualizing all the ways you can secure the best investment and even how to turn your assets into a profit. This fantastical thinking is then challenged and encouraged to radically take off with Uranus's innovative input. You may find that your financial and professional transformation will begin taking place, thus affecting the trajectory of your career path. The catch is being open to new directions. Today's moon in your income sector was always going to energize both sides of the financial fence, but this could have far wider implications. This is something that always had the potential to act as a trigger, but the moon's friendly aspect to planets across the solar system allows this to potentially act as a trigger across the income, work, and career fronts. You will have to put up with unpleasantness in your private life, being asked repeatedly to take a stance on awkward conflicts. Some decisions may be taken that cause you great pain. Try to see this phase as a chance for inner growth. If you find the right way of doing things, you will be successful. If you've already learned something about letting go, then you'll be in exactly the right place to receive something new. Otherwise, you'll have a little lesson coming. Constantly tempted to seek pleasure for yourself, you don't even consider the thought of sharing intimate moments with another. If this is the way you feel, your attitude may satisfy you in the short term, but you notice something is missing, you're disenchanted. Practice self-restraint, reflect on your conduct. A breakthrough and a breakdown have more similarities than differences. There is much to learn from failure, and much to consider once success has been achieved. You cannot do enough to instill within yourself a core of regularity. Perhaps this is already recognizable in your life, but could it be a healthier core? If morning coffee is a ritual, would you consider changing to tea? Green tea? If the pattern is to be 5 minutes late, can you change it to 5 minutes early? Don't let your financial situation get you down. Even though it can be easy to become overwhelmed and to feel as though you're not able to do anything to help yourself, this is never the case. You always have options, no matter how bleak things can seem. Today, the essence of this vibration can give you an added advantage in thinking of new and innovative ways to better your situation, whatever condition it is in. Spend your energy problem solving, not worrying. To have the moon in Pisces during Mars' last full day here is not only giving you a better read on his warrior and competitive spirit, but on where to channel this. While Mars will leave tomorrow, he will leave behind Neptune, the planet of dreams, and the asteroid Juno, the queen of commitment. This allows the moon to give you an intuitive read on how to make Mars' final hours in your sign count, but also of the planets that will stay on to keep his energy and momentum alive over the long haul. Having the moon in Pisces during Mars' last full day here is helping to fuel his passions and warrior spirit, and with it the spirit of romance. At the same time that the moon is catching up with Venus, it is also forming friendly aspects to forces on the romantic and adventurous fronts, adding their influence and Mars' passions to the mix. Our eyes in the sky. Passionate Venus in Aries shares a tense minor frustration with the nodes of destiny in the evening, which can bring up a lot of insecurities that we're all dealing with. This could affect us in many ways, particularly around commitments and relationships that we're invested in. You might feel as though a partnership has lost its luster and you want to leave. The inner conflict exists because you might not truly want to do this, but know that you have to in order to evolve or feel better. If we're unwilling to harmonize with others and only want to dominate their lives, partnerships could experience issues of control at this time. The flip side of this transit can bring us a lot of love and joy, but only if we're ready to experience such bliss. If you're single, a partnership could form or a commitment could deepen, depending on whether or not you want to bring love into your life. If you choose to use the other side of the energy, be forewarned that arguments and frustrations could manifest. Lean into the pleasant side of this minor aspect and bring more love into your life. In the morning, the Pisces moon forms a trine to Chiron in Aries. This favorable aspect serves to offset wounded pride and heal anxieties that developed in youth when our talents were not celebrated. At this juncture, events transpire that reveal our journey has transformed our sense of self, strengthening our natural gifts in the process. We see that in dimming our shine, we've perpetuated our own victimhood, content to play the supporting role in others' stories. Now, demonstrating our abilities allows us to reclaim our main character's energy. We subsequently pay this self-assurance forward, prompting those who doubt their gifts to be more willing to share of themselves. Following this, the moon squares off with Uranus in Taurus, provoking surprises. We are faced with unwelcome curveballs, situations seemingly designed to pitch us out of equilibrium just as we were starting to regain confidence. A lack of patience or bad time management skills will add to the day's frustrations. Like all good tests, this transit intends to deliver valuable insights as to how well we are using the resources at our disposal. Do your best to honor your own boundaries and retain your sense of childlike curiosity even when negotiating upsets and delays. Acting impulsively or recklessly won't serve us now. There is no sense in fueling drama just to grasp a false sense of control. You could be feeling more psychic today, but it's hard to separate your emotions from the projections thrown onto you by others. In fact, many of us could feel like we're talking about our emotions all day, a vibe that's exacerbated by Jupiter. The transits of the day ask everyone to have faith and see clearly through problems. This can also present a multitude of challenges in every single detail of your life. No rock is left unturned, but it's all for a greater purpose. Make sure that you pay close attention to your health, which is all part of the process. Checking in with loved ones and keeping a gratitude list can help you see that you're progressing exponentially every day. Believing in positive notions can guide you through the energy if you're willing to let go of the past and move toward a more meaningful way of life, which is very possible today.